What's good, y'all? Back one more again for just doing another video. You know, it's another So 88 channel. I got asked a question on the last video I did. It's about what the definition of a system is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna answer that with just how it pertains to one's own growth, spiritual, esoterically, astrology. All that shit. We all part of a system. We all play a part of a system. We are, we are, we all are a system, and the systems within us, and those have their own systems too. So it's a lot like as above, so below, as without, so within. And as you continue to observe the process of what a system is, you start to gain a more calculated understanding of it on every level of your life. So, just in general, what would a system be without having to have all the other subtitles to it, the sub-definitions? It's a function, a whole different mix of apparatuses, procedures, ways of going about things that are able to be housed in one system. Similar to how one's organs might be. The liver plays its role, the colon plays its role, the brain plays its role, the thyroid plays its role, but they all don't act just by themselves without having to depend on something else to handle another thing as well. You know what I'm saying? The intestines gonna be like, yo, stomach, man, you gotta get more digestive juices in your shit. I can't break down that like every goddamn thing now, man. Get some more bile in that shit. You know what I'm saying? If intestines can talk, that's what it would say to the stomach if the stomach wasn't handling its business right. Shit. The brain be like, hey, heart, nah. You the one that's supposed to be bringing blood up this motherfucker. Why? Look, I can't think properly. I'm slowing down. I'm losing a lot of brain cells right now because you ain't sending the proper fluids up here for me to operate. I'm saying that's for brain to speak. that's how I would speak to the heart if he ain't doing this part. Feel me? But as far as our own spiritual growth, if you don't, look, I do all this shit for healing, just for people to get more enlightened about themselves, and this is how to go about their route in life. Everybody got their own way of teaching, everybody got their own way of speaking, and putting labels on things. This is how I do. So I do my own thing. So if you're listening, this is just my expression of how you can use a system, use systems, and become a system for your own betterment. So, shit. Where do we start first? It's the systems outside of us, the systems within us, and the systems we take part in. How about the ones outside of us? So, okay, it does all start from within, but I'm going to start on the outside just to get people who are, most people like really lost out there. They bring a lot of stuff out there into them, which is kind of toxic at times, and they don't know how to deal with it when it's supposed to be making within more fluid and not as dense as what was out there. You follow me? So what's out there just are things that are supposed to be used for your own growth, your own development. There's many things out here in this world. Things like energy that you can tap into that manifests in uh, uh, different objects, different people that you come across, different locations you might go through, places. Those things, they all have ways of providing you with different accessibilities to certain energies that you might want to invest yourself in or be distracted with. Just depending on how spiritually inclined you are. So, in order for those things to operate outside of there is a process that goes on that allow those things to operate in that same sort of way all day, every day. Here in this earth plane, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of density that the things have to have shape and form. So things like let's say the strip club. Certain dudes just want to have that kind of energy within them. So they look at that as a source, an outlet, you would say, for them to charge themselves up with. And shit, that takes like its own tax on the soul, especially in like an unhealthy way. If you ain't going there for the right purposes. What would be a right purpose for that? Going to a strip club. Just think deep about the shit, man. There's a lot of energy there at the strip club, actually. Especially for females to tap into pretty much open themselves up to the energy that they can use, transmute, and bring into their own benefit. I'm saying it's a very fragile thing to be there, but for men and women, for the situation is fragile. The location is. But if you know how to manipulate the energies around you and all that shit, you can become something. Not a lot of people know that though. Not a lot of people know how to use that. It's more for the physical, and that the spiritual inclination just ain't really peep a game about what's supposed to be going down, what they supposed to be learning from that situation. So it's a system down play, money, sexuality. You got the alcohol there, the alcohol. It's a dark place, so it's a very easy place to allow into your subconscious, which is why a lot of people pretty much like easily fall victim to it. Having wet dreams and shit. We live in a very sexualized society, especially if it's Western culture. Women being there, shaking their titties and shit. That shit for the babies. But over here, that shit for the grown men, because they still got a lot of growing up to do. But yeah, it's different. Like the functions, like I just named, the money, sexuality, and all that. It's a talk game going on. It's a language going on to it. All those are different functions, and even they have their own system going on just to operate. You know what I'm saying? The language all operates with different symbols. The money, although it's irrelevant to the soul, it has its own system here. I'm saying, God we trust. That's what they say. That's what they got on the shit. But in reality, it has no value because the only God is you. Anyway, that's just an example of how externally, there's different systems going on that support your negative sides or your positive sides. When you go to school, when you go to work, when you go to your people's house, just look at how they got their whole system set up. You know what I'm saying? Look how we gonna get in this shit later though. I'm gonna do it again.